Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Marlborough Education Foundation.
Nope, you're up.
Oh,
Smart man, you're up.
Ayako drew the short straw.
I know. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Ayako Barnum
Mike Barassi.
from the Marlborough Education Foundation. We're here to present the awards for teacher grants for this year. We are awarding about $6,000 this year and to 4 different schools. And first up is Miss Karen Briggs from Early Childhood Center for $2,351.88 to purchase geometry light-up activity centers for the preschool students. Light panels provide a fun and inviting way for children to explore materials while expanding attention skills and sensory development and reinforcing literacy, math, science, and writing skills. This grant is possible by an endowment for technology made by the DuPont Corporation and the estate of Richard L. Cowan. So congratulations.
No.
You're still up.
I know, sorry. The second grant goes to Miss Kelly Hall from Richer School and Goodnow School, but this is for the 4 elementary schools to purchase RoboPet 600. It's a kit for $1,024. And 4th grade schools across the entire district will be able to utilize these kits to build robots, and the project will enhance the 4th grade STEAM unit on animal structures and adaptations. This grant is possible by an endowment for technology made by the DuPont Corporation and the estate of Richard L. Cowan. So congratulations, Ms. Hall. The third one goes to Wickham School for Mark Rodkins, engineering technology teacher for grades 6, 7, 8 for $1,699.99 for a CAD printer so that his students can produce engineering drawings. The printer works with the software licenses already purchased for the students and allows them to print out and take their work home. Again, this grant is possible by endowments for technology made by the DuPont Corporation and the estate of Richard L. Cowan. And lastly, this is for the High School Media Literacy Center for Ms. Suzanne Venkataraman. $850 to purchase a collection of LGBTQ books and ebooks for students and faculty. Having access to these books will help LGBTQ students and staff feel that they are recognized, have value, and that the high school community does not question their right to exist. So congratulations to all.
She didn't get a check.
Okay, I know where one is. I forgot the password.
Give her a check. Thank you very, very much. The
Thank you.
Education Foundation, obviously, we're excited to raise some money every year to fill in those gaps that the budget doesn't quite hit, and I want to thank you very much for your efforts. So, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Superintendent.
It's tough to follow that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to start with the COVID update for the cities and the schools. As of last week when we produced this report, cases have started to rise again, both in the city and the schools. And statewide, we can see there's also a rise of cases, a rise of the percent of folks testing positive, hospitalizations, and a slight increase in deaths as well across the state. So it is following the similar trend from last year, last December, where it had kind of a short dip and then it increased again through the through the winter break into January. And I think we can expect the same for this year as well. Citywide vaccination clinic for children. I want to thank all the participants in our vaccine clinics. To date, we've been able to offer a first shot to 398 children in the city, age 5 through 11. Through this effort alone, 16% of elementary age children 5 through 11 at MPS have received their first shot. Mr. Diaz was there on Saturday when they started doing second shots. They call them the Echo. And we had a good turnout. I believe you said it was about 240 students who came to that, Mr. Diaz?
250, yes.
250, thank you. And we have one more shot for December 22nd for the second clinic that we did to finish up second shots for those students. So we're very excited for that. Just want to thank everyone on the MPS team, the nurses, the Board of Health, and Bouvier Pharmacy, and there's many other partners. I'm sure Mr. Diaz can recognize the cafeteria workers, the custodians, and everybody, the translators. Everybody has had a hand on this, making it very smooth and a very easy thing for parents to do, which sometimes can be difficult with the little ones with getting shots. But I think everyone has done a great job of making it calm and smooth, and we got music playing and there's snacks, and they've done an excellent job. So thank you very much.
Before you get into that next one, Mike, I just want to update everyone. We're moving the Stop the Spread testing facility back down to the New England Sports Center beginning tomorrow. So it's going to be 8 to 12, 5 days a week down at the New England Sports Center. And then we're getting a little too much activity at the hospital, so we're moving the facility down there. So you know, it's been more active, there's no question about it. We actually have about half as many cases as we did last year at this time. So we're obviously doing well, but it's substantially up from where it was a couple months ago, and we're back to the numbers we were in February. So, but like Mike said, we're going to see a spike up, and then hopefully it levels off. But we're up to probably almost 85% of our city has had at least one dose, and about 75 is fully vaccinated. So we're moving in the right direction, but this is a stubborn little bugger. So we're just going to have to learn how to live with it, because it will not be going away permanently. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to give a mid-year update on the superintendent's goals. So for goal 1 for student learning, I had submitted to the school committee that this was focused around the strategy for improvement plan. I'm happy to report that I feel like we're currently on track with all key action steps and benchmarks. I completed key action step number 2 already this year during the school committee workshop. I don't expect any issues meeting every benchmark I've set this year. And specifically, I just want to say I'm impressed with the creativity and imagination from our leadership group, which includes our faculty leaders as well. As we've been working, we've done 3 nights already on our strategy for improvement. We have 1 left. And I feel like we will be ready to present to school committee as part of the FY23 budget request. On the professional practice goal, this is an area where I struggled last year. But this year I feel like I've made it a priority, and I have not missed any time in buildings with principals. Additionally, both of the assistant superintendents have been consistent with me, and both Mary and Jody have been with me in all of the walkthroughs as well. So that's been a fantastic experience. So as I've been working over the past couple years, I've been trying to develop my own kind of rubric for the superintendent's walkthroughs with principals. And you know, the key aspects of what I'm looking for when we're going through classrooms, first is what's the focus and what's the grade level content standards that the kids are learning. What's the relevance to our students? Is there meaningful practice opportunities? How are the students performing on the lessons? And those are a lot of the things I'm looking for as I'm walking with the principals through classrooms. And the leadership team has also met consistently to tackle issues and manage the ongoing pandemic, which, as the mayor rightfully said, is not going away. We're going to continue to have to manage this. So I feel much better about that goal this year than I did at this time last year. For the district goal, district improvement goal, I feel like I'm on track with the key aspects, the key action steps and benchmarks. The test and stay kits have been a boon to keeping students in school and engaged. We've saved many days. It's almost impossible to count on how many student days we've kept by having students test and stay as opposed to go home and quarantine. We have submitted our ESSER grant application. It has been with the state for some time. We're waiting for DESE to act on it. I think the reason it frankly is taking a while is because there's a large portion of that grant which we are trying to apply to capital. And because of that, I think there's some additional things that the district may have to do, which is fine. We just want to get it approved so we can start doing it. Because at the end of the day, there is a timeline for all of these grants, and we want to be able to do all the work we can within that timeline. I've kept up with the reporting functions at every school committee meeting, hopefully to keep you all as updated as possible for when you need the information about COVID. I look forward to a time when I don't have to do that, but it's not right now. District improvement goal, I think we're on track. We're going to have a priority that directly addresses the district's ABAR work. Professional development opportunities have been made available. Some have been required for employee participation. And I think as we continue down the road, it will not be without conflict, but I'm confident that we will keep having the conversations we need to have. So I just wanted to give that mid-year update on the superintendent's goals for my report.
Any questions for the superintendent? Any questions? Mr. Diaz.
Mr. Mayor, this is tonight's update from Finance and Operations. DESE MEMA COVID supplies. The district received a large donation of PPE supplies from DESE and MEMA. This will help us maintain our protocols without a great impact to our operational budget. Below is a list of supplies that we recently received. 250,000 disposable masks, 2,000 N95 masks, 360 cases of surface wipes, 240 gallons of hand sanitizers, 200 goggles, 40 cases of gloves, and 10 cases of coveralls. My gratitude to DESE MEMA. We appreciate this donation. HVAC reports. The district continues working with an HVAC consultant to conduct inspections of the mechanical HVAC systems for proper operation and ventilation control. We have updated reports as of late November, which have been posted to our website, and we will continue performing periodic reviews throughout the pandemic. And with that, a reminder, there will be cooler buildings and buses this winter season. Because of our COVID-19 protocols, school buildings and buses will continue maximizing the intake of outside air, and this will mean cooler buildings and buses this winter. In preparation for this, I strongly recommend students and staff add an additional layer when dressing for school this season. Richer School SOI. The district is planning to submit a Statement of Interest, or SOI, to the Massachusetts School Building Authority, or MSBA, in the spring of 2022. The SOI would seek participation in the MSBA's core program, which funds school renovation projects requiring a large scope of work. The SOI would seek to upgrade the school's major systems, as well as the replacement of the 6 existing modular classrooms with at least 12 permanent classrooms. The submittal requires a vote of authorization for the proposed project by the school committee as well as the city council. We have developed the following draft timeline for the SOI submittal. On January 28th, 2022, the submissions will become available on the MSBA portal. On February 8th, we would bring in front of the school committee a vote of authorization for the submittal. And on February 21st, we would bring in front of the city council a vote of authorization for the SOI submittal. And then ideally on March 1st, we would submit to the MSBA the SOI. We have until April 29th to do so. But this is a competitive grant process, so we want to submit a strong submittal as early as possible so that we can answer any questions that the MSBA might have for us ahead of the deadline. That's my report for tonight.
Questions from the committee? Ms. Bowen-Henninger.
I'm just curious, did we know all of that PPE was coming?
We requested it.
Oh, we did?
So the opportunity to request PPE was made available by MEMA and DESE, and we made a request. And we're going through a lot of masks and other supplies, and I figured why not take the opportunity to make a request. And we did, and they gave it to us, which we're grateful for.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Murphy.
Good evening. I want to take a moment to update you about the before and after school intervention programs. The first sessions of before and after school intervention groups have begun this month. This is one action we have implemented to provide additional support for our students. New classes will be added during upcoming cycles of academic support throughout the year, and some specially designed shorter-term programs will be announced in the upcoming month for our secondary students. In my report, I have included a chart to update the committee on how many sections of these before and after school classes are taking place. I do want to make a slight adjustment. I believe as of today, Marlborough High School has increased to 11 different sections. We're very excited about offering programs at the high school and expanding to that level. Any questions?
Questions from the committee? Ms. Hennessy.
Thank you. Just was kind of curious, with the groups at each of the different schools, are they hitting across all of the grade levels? Are they targeted at certain grade levels? Is it, you know, how are we finding those groups?
Most of the schools are focusing on grades 1 through 5, with more focus on grades 4 and 5, because of those are the students that had less in-person time last year.
Right.
There's only one school doing a kindergarten intervention right now after school, but they are doing all grades, but a heavier focus on the upper grades.
Okay. And touch points about how many children approximately are in those groupings? I mean, I'm sure they vary.
They are. They're ranging between 7 and 13 is just the average size.
Okay.
In each group.
In each group. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I just want to say thank you to the teachers who are doing this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I do have one other question, sorry. So how are students being identified?
So at the elementary schools, well, across the district, data teams are mainly meeting, but one of the things that with the data training and the consistency in PLC that's happening, each of the elementary schools, each grade level data team is identifying the students that for the first one. At Whitcomb School, the intervention data team is meeting after school and identifying students. And at the high school, the teams of teachers, because it's very heavy in 9th and 10th grade for this, are meeting with the supervisors to identify the students.
Thank you.
Good. Any other questions? Seeing none. Minutes of November 23rd.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Public participation. Any public participation? Any public you want to go up and sign your name and address for the record, please? Action items, collective bargaining agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is the full MOU between the Marlborough School Committee and the Marlborough School Administrative Office Support Association, which has, we've already agreed and accepted the previous MOU. This is just pulling it together into the full contract, which will be accepted in public session.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, carries. Acceptance of donations and gifts. Cummings Properties, Goodnow Brothers Elementary School, $1,000. One Lieutenant Charles W. Whitcomb School, $1,000.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. All those in favor, opposed, carries. Toys for Tots, MPS students, $2,250.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, carries. Hannaford Supermarkets, Richard Elementary School, $495.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, carries. Adopt a Classroom, Kane Elementary School, Miss Barry's class, $250.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, carries. Brigham Family Trust, MHS Virtual Job Shadow, $6,000. MHS Best Buddies Program, $1,000. MHS LGBTQ Library Book Collection, $1,000.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion?
I have discussion on this one. I have actually two questions. I don't know if you know the answer. Do you know anything about this, Mike? I read through all the materials, but the virtual job shadow, $6,000. It says it's for 1 year. But then someplace else I read that it's a one-time purchase. So is it just a license for 1 year for $6,000? It seems kind of expensive for a 1 year license.
We're getting free money.
I believe it is a one-year license.
I'm
I believe
just
it's a one-year license.
Clarification.
Just for clarification, because if it's a big hit and we want to continue to do it,
We may have to pick it up in the
Yeah.
operating budget. And that's usually the expectation.
Yeah.
I believe it is
similar
a
to
one-year
the-
license to explore career opportunities.
yeah. And the other thing is just there's a disconnect because the MHS LGBTQ library book collection, the thing says it's $750. And then it's at 1,000 on the sheet.
Yeah, it does from the trust, it says 750 on page 71 of the packet. Do you want to amend the motion?
No. They gave us $1,000. I'm taking the $1,000.
They gave us 750.
They gave us
They gave us
Telling me
$750.
$1,000.
That's
Yes, that
because
was
whoever
typed
wrote
up
that
wrong.
made a mistake. The thing that came from the grantor says $750.
What do you want to do? You want to take it up at the next meeting? Have it corrected and take it up at the next meeting?
My letter says 1,000.
For Suzanne?
Can we table item number 5? So we clarify.
For Suzanne?
Well,
Yep.
do you need,
This one says 750, that's weird, in our packet.
But is it 2 different grants? Does she get it, do we get
No.
2 different things?
no,
We
she's
we
from
can
the high
accept it
school.
in January. No one's changing.
You can just relax for a second. We're figuring this out. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Can we do another discussion for a second while you're
You
figuring?
have something else to discuss?
Yeah, I just was
Okay.
going to say, I'm really grateful for all that the Brigham Family Trust continues to donate
Absolutely.
annually to help us all out. So I just thought, give a little shout out. So, whether it's 750 or 1,000, still pretty cool. So thank you.
I can confirm 750. I apologize for the mistake.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to just amend the motion.
Go ahead and amend away.
A motion to accept the $750 from the Brigham Trust.
Motion made and seconded to accept $750 from the Brigham Trust. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Brigham Trust Richard Goodnow STEM Materials, $750. Richard School Connections Program, $1,068.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Donor's Choice, Goodnow Mrs. Sheets Classroom, $280.34.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. All those in favor, opposed, carries. DuPont, given to Jarrick Elementary School, $5,000.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. All those in favor, opposed, carries.
Can I ask a question on that
Sure.
one again, a clarifying? I know, and this goes partially back to the MEF, the intent of being across schools, I guess having one school focusing on this program, and I actually, in the past, I thought a lot of the schools did it independently. I mean, not with a program. Is it something that we can sustain going forward or implement in all the buildings?
Oh, the waste reduction in the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, this is a composting initiative that's being proposed by a parent that works at DuPont, and it's being supported by the school right now at Jarrick. I'm looking at this as a pilot.
Oh, okay.
If it works well, we need buy-in from the staff to make sure that it works, and if it works, we would be very happy to support it throughout all the schools.
Excellent.
Nice to hear. And to piggyback, I guess, a little onto what the city, I noticed the city's looking for the cardboard in the recycling, and it's not just our community. This has become a big thing everywhere, is that these recycling plants are looking for cardboard because they have no raw materials, so.
Cardboard you can get rid of. We're gonna buy a
Right.
glass facility. We're gonna be crushing glass shortly.
Yeah,
We're gonna be
all
taking
the manufacturers don't have the supplies, so they want them back, so.
We'll be working with the same vendor that the city is using for composting.
Terrific. That's great. Thank you. Sorry.
So in that respect, is the recycling pickup still going to be mixed?
At this point, yes, but it's a big national issue.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's gonna happen, they're trying to talk me into separating again, and I'm not going for it, so they'll have individual
The cardboard's a nice thing,
fundraisers to try to pull it out of the
Right.
cycle, but I'm not.
especially at the
If
holidays.
I'm going back to sorting, then we're gonna break it up and put it all in one bin. And that's not the route I wanna go, so.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So where are we?
That was DuPont, sorry.
Did we vote?
We voted on DuPont.
Yes, we did. It was
Yep.
Rotary Club of Marlborough Public Schools, $1,000.
Motion to approve.
Motion made, seconded to approve. All those in favor, opposed, carries. Marlborough Education Foundation, Marlborough Public Schools, $5,925.85. And if we don't approve this, they gotta bring the checks back.
Doug has to hand them back.
Move to approve.
Motion
Oh,
made,
sorry.
seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, opposed, carries. Reports of subcommittees.
Mr. Mayor, there was one grant that came in afterwards for $2,000 that I would ask the committee to accept so we can deliver the goods to families in need. If you don't mind, may I read the grant so the committee can consider accepting it?
Please.
Thank you. Person submitting the grant was Kayla Flaherty Dawson. She's one of our wraparound service coordinators. The Metro Community Development Corporation is looking to donate $2,000, and they're going to donate new items to be used as holiday gifts for high school students in need. It includes winter scarves, gloves, jewelry, toiletries, handbags, 3 Kindle Fire tablets, and the estimated value of all items is $2,000. And the purpose of the donation is to support families who are struggling financially and providing holiday gifts to their teenage children, as this population is often left out of the typical holiday drives that are geared towards younger children.
Motion to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, opposed, carries.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Reports of committees. Any reports of committees? Seeing none. Members forum. Ms. Matthews.
I have reviewed and signed the warrant.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Ms. Tennessee.
Sorry, kind of questions for superintendent for probably down the road, for the group, I guess, was, do you feel like we will have a mass conversation at the first meeting in January. Just knowing that DESI's going to be, well, the 15th is the next date, leave it at that. So I'm just curious if that's what your your thought process is.
Happy to put anything on the agenda that the committee asks for. So it's, if you want it as an agenda item, I'm happy to put it on the agenda.
Well, okay.
We know when our first meeting is, and everyone's welcome, obviously. Just want to let everyone know the inauguration is the 3rd, and we'd love to have people there. But the meeting after that is
January 11th?
11th. You know, if we discuss it put it on the agenda for the 11th, to have some discussion on it, I mean, this is a fluent conversation, so.
Yeah.
We've seen communities pull them off and put them back on. We're not looking to go back and forth, but, you know, like I announced, that we got about 85% of our residents vaccinated. The kids are going in one after the other, and we're doing pretty well there. Last week, we were at 20%, and they were starting to do the second dose, and we were starting to do a third program for additional first doses. So the 20 to 29-year-olds are still the people dragging us down as far as the percentage goes. Everyone else is doing real well. So I think, you know, my suggestion would be, let's put it on the agenda and have some discussion at that time.
Yeah.
Gives us 4 weeks to kind of feel things out and see where they are. You know, everyone kind of knows my feeling about it. This is the only place we're wearing them, is in the schools, and I understand we're trying to protect the kids and the teachers that see the kids all day long, so we need their input also, but, you know, it's just, we're gonna have this forever, so figure out how to live with it. And if that means this is what we do, then this is what we do, but, this is the new flu that's gonna come through, so.
Well, I'd appreciate it if we could look at adding it as an agenda item. I just think it would be healthy and helpful for us to have a discussion.
And the state
suggestion.
mandate, DESI mandate ends January 15th as of now.
Thank you, yes.
Exactly.
Don't hold your breath.
Right, exactly. And then I guess the next question, again, more for food for thought, would be around our thoughts towards snow days, remote situation. No, okay. I'm
sorry.
I must have been.
There's no
Okay, well,
no
I didn't
more
know if,
remote.
okay, my apologies.
Oh, you might have been
Apologize.
away.
Been away, so I must have missed that
I
discussion.
had updated the committee and let
Yeah.
them know that.
Okay,
As
sorry.
of right now, there is no ability for us to use a remote snow day.
Okay.
So that any snow days that we do call are going to have to be made up in June.
Okay, and thank you, because it must have been one of the conversations where I was unfortunately not here, and I just wanted to make sure.
It's a good reminder for everybody watching.
No,
that
thank
There won't be
you.
a remote snow days.
Thank you.
And for all of you here and for our home audience, if any of you would like to drive a plow, we
need snow
availability, so,
Come on, Denise.
How much is an hour? The signs flash.
DPW is looking for more drivers. We're still short, just
What do I
like the
need
bus
to do?
drivers. So it's no different than the buses. I mean, we're all,
We could work out a 2-for-1 deal. Where
Yeah.
We put plows on the front of the buses.
Ooh.
you know, that's why I recommend him, Mr. Bergeron. He's always thinking. Anything else? Any other members?
Thanks for allowing my questions.
Yeah, and
I just want to wish everybody a very happy and
yes.
safe holiday season, however you celebrate, and just be safe and remember that the testing site is now going to be at the New England Sports Center.
Let's crank it up.
And you said 5 days, which is Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
8 to
8 to
12.
12.
At this time. So we got the message board going up at the hospital to remind people. We have roadblocks down at the New England Sports Center.
That's a great operation down there that they run.
It's a good operation. I'd rather have it with hockey players in there, but I'll take what I can get, I guess.
Great.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries. Have a great holiday season and Happy New Year. See you on Inauguration Day.
January 3rd.